Okay, so this is a video on my hair journey, and no, I don't mean just my healthy, natural hair journey. I mean my full life, 25 years that I've been on this planet hair journey. Okay, so I will show you some pictures of me as a baby, of my hair. Okay, so yeah, so my hair was growing as a baby. I was born with hair. I had a lot of it. I've always had hair, and as a child, as a toddler, as a a young child, I've always had long hair. My mom took care of my hair. My mom used to be a hairstylist. She knows how to take care of hair. So I will insert some more pictures of my hair when I was 5 at my graduation from kindergarten. You see that I had really long hair, mid-back length hair, almost waist length hair as a young child. So I had this length of hair for up until I was maybe 12, about the 7th grade. I had really long mid-back length hair. When I got to the 7th grade, my mom got preoccupied with work and I started taking care of my hair. I had bought like this cheap flat iron from the mall and I started flattening my hair. I wanted straight hair. My hair was really long, so like I wanted to straighten it. But from continuous use of that flat iron, I got a lot of breakage at the crown of my head. The top of my hair always was really long and met the bottom of my hair, meaning it was really blunt. But when I started using that flat iron, I started to break it off. It started breaking off crazy. Like all year I used that flat iron and the crown of my head broke off like crazy. My mom didn't even notice it until probably like maybe like 8 months in, or maybe like 6 months, 8 months into me using that crazy flat iron. So when she noticed it, she was like, oh my god, what did you do to your hair? I've worked years and years to get you really long hair. What did you do? You're not allowed to touch your hair anymore. I'm going to be taking care of it again. So that was like in the winter of 7th grade. So my mom took control of my hair. She put my hair in braids. She kept it up. She wouldn't let me touch it all the rest of that year into the summer. And then, in that summer, I remember I wore protective styles, I wore pigtails, and I just wouldn't touch it. Into the 8th grade, I continued to have like relatively long hair. To be honest, I don't remember the 8th grade. All I remember is the summer after 8th grade, about to go into high school. Well, my hair is a natural light brown, medium brown hair. It gets even lighter in the summer. Like most people, it gets like a light brown color. My hair kind of turns gold in the summer. Like in the fronts, I get these really big gold streaks. Mostly up by my temples, I get these really big gold streaks in the summer. And I wanted my highlights to come in faster than normal. I was like, oh, I would have to be in the sun every day this summer. And I was no longer going to summer camp. So I was like, it will take me all summer pretty much to get these highlights. I want them now. And one of my friends had told me about this product called Sonnen. I'm pretty sure many of you have heard of it. So basically with Sonnen, you just spray it in your hair, and it has hydrogen peroxide and some other crazy chemicals and like lemon in it. And what happens is you spray it in your hair and you go sit in the sun. While you're in the sun, your hair will get lighter than it naturally is. Basically, it's just peroxide and lemon juice. It's very damaging for your hair, okay? So I was on my way to an amusement park with some of my friends. And I had my hair in 2 French braids, because remember I was doing a lot of protective styles. So I had my hair in 2 French braids, and my friend was like, yeah, I'm using this stuff called Sonnen, it's got me this great highlights. But she was putting it on slivers. Like she would take a piece and spray it, take a piece, spray it. Me, I put it all over my head. Sprayed it all over, while I had the pigtails on my hair. Went to the amusement park, so I was out in the sun all day long, right? And then when we were leaving this amusement park, one of my friends was like, Pierre, your hair is like the same color as your skin. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, like it's like really light. It's the same color as your skin. And I was like, okay. So I went into the bathroom, and my hair takes to I guess color really well because it's already light. All of this was just blonde. Like it was so blonde. It was just too blonde. It was just not the right color blonde. Like when you go to this hair salon, and if I were to go blonde, they can probably possibly make me look really good as a blonde because it's like a hair colorist, whereas this is Sonnen, so it just looks crazy. It was just orange and yellow and gold, and oh, it was crazy. So I was like, let me just take my braids out to see what it looks like, because I only sprayed on top of the braids. I took the braids out and I had like a weaving like thing of color. So like the color only took on the top of the braid. So in the parts where, like, you know, when you braid your hair, some parts are covered because you're like you're like weaving it. The parts that were covered by the hair and didn't get hit by the sun were still like my medium brown hair. So it looked like I looked like a cheetah basically. And I was like, no. So I sprayed some more Sonnen in my hair, and left my hair out, hoping the sun would just like make it all the same color, like, you know, whatever. I got home and I try to be like, no mom, the sun did this to my hair, because my mom knew my hair got light in the sun, but she knew it didn't get like that in the sun. And my mom was like, what did you put in your hair? And I was like, nothing. And she's like, what did you put in your hair? And I was like, and my friend who was with me was like, Sonnen. I'm like, really? Whatever. My mom was like, why would you do that to your hair? You're damaging your hair. And I'm like, what? No. And I continued to use the Sonnen. Like, I heard you can like use a blow dryer to get it lighter, because I was trying to blend in the colors. Like, I felt like it was not blended, and I tried to like match it all. Basically, but by the time I was done, my hair was blonde. Blonde. Blonde, okay? End of the summer, my hair had broken off so bad, okay? Started 9th grade, and my mom put a rinse in my hair to tone down the blonde so that it wasn't so bright, because it was so bright. And it was more like a light brown color. So I went to school with this blonde hair. And I remember it being shoulder length, because I remember it touching like right here. And it was like a little bit below my shoulder. It was like literally like right here. And it was like, it still looked okay. It broke off, needless to say. By the time February came around of my freshman year of high school, it had broke off so bad. I went to the hairdresser and she cut it to like my collarbone. Like, it was like, you know, below my neck, but about flat shoulder length, but to my collarbone. And a lot of the blonde had grown out some to like the back. So all of this was brown and all of this was like blonde. The front had broken off so bad, she cut me bangs. I don't even like bangs, whatever, but she had to because it was so broken. So she cut it to here. She cut it literally right here in between my eyebrows. So I had these bangs or whatever. So at that point I decided I'm going to take care of my hair. I'm going to grow it out. I didn't know the things I know now about hair, you know, that hair grows a ½ inch a month and all those things about hair now. So I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna figure out how much my hair grows a month, and I'm going to grow it out. Whatever. And I went to the hairdresser like every 4 months to get it trimmed to get rid of that blonde. By the time I got to my sophomore year, my hair was about maybe a little bit shorter than bra strap length, and basically for the remainder of high school I was able to grow my hair pretty long. By the time I reached my senior year, my hair was about bra strap length, like, but it was kind of thin because I straightened my hair a lot. Like, I wore my hair curly a lot, but I straightened my hair a lot too. So from straightening my hair a lot, it just caused it to like really, really thin. The way my hair looks now is nothing the way it looked then. My hair was way thin, the ends would get really thin, and like it would only grow to my bra strap and then get really thin, and I'd have to cut it like above my bra strap. It would never grow past my bra strap. By the time I got to college, my hair was like not like really thin at the ends. It was bra strap length, but it was like about 3 inches of it was really thin and see-through, and I was just tired of it, and I was just like, I want to change. I'm starting college, let me cut it. So I cut it to shoulder length. It was like about 8 inches long, maybe, I would say, and it was really blunt. It was like a really nice haircut. Like, I ran my hands through it and it felt like a paintbrush. Like, the ends were so blunt, it felt like a paintbrush. It was so nice. Then I spent the rest of college growing it back out. Same thing, I grew it out really long in college. It got so long and it was pretty healthy. It still was way thinner than it is now, but that's because I straightened it a lot more. I didn't use healthy products. I used mineral oil and petroleum jelly and crazy products that weren't necessarily for natural hair. And so I didn't use coconut oils, I didn't seal, I didn't do any of that. I didn't really deep condition like that. So my hair was still pretty thin. My edges never really grew long. The nape of my neck never grew long. It always broke off. But still, it was pretty healthy considering. My junior year of college, I decided, oh, my hair is pretty long. You get comfortable. That's another thing. You have when you're growing your hair long and you get to a point where you start to feel comfortable with the length of your hair, you start wanting to experiment because you're like, oh, I'm comfortable. Even if you have a hair goal that's past that, you get comfortable and you're like, oh, I could do color. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. I can straighten more. I could do that. But really, you should really just be consistent with your regimen and stay with it, because you'll end up fucking it up, to be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, my hair was like bra strap length. It was the length it is now, but a lot thinner. And I was like, let me get highlights. Like, I got bored. I wanted highlights. I decided I didn't want to do the whole thing. I decided to do it myself. I watched this YouTube video from Tia Love, you might know her on YouTube, of her video called Random Highlights, and her hair color looked really good. She did a really good job doing it. And so I took the crown of my head, about this much of hair, like from the crown to like here, and all this hair, I decided to do foil highlights. Mind you, let's go back on the color of my hair. Growing up, I never liked my color. I mean, didn't like it, but I always wanted black hair. I thought jet black hair was really pretty. It looked really exotic. It just looked really nice on your skin tone. I thought jet black, silky, sleek black hair looked really good. So I always wanted that. So I started rinsing my hair black. And every once in a while, when the black would fade out, I might rinse it like a burgundy red or Bordeaux or something like that, just to have fun with my hair. I was using a lot of like vegetable dyes or whatever, nothing that was going to damage my hair. And I didn't think that would affect me bleaching my hair. I got like a 30 volume, maybe even 40, I think it might have been 40, volume bleach. And I mixed it up, got some foils, and I did the weaving method, and I continued to foil my hair. I left that shit on, sorry, excuse my French. I left that on for about 40 minutes, and I decided to check on it. My hair was, it took, okay? But it was neon yellow, pink, red, green, blue, all the colors of the rainbow, because of the colors that were in the vegetable dye had mixed in with the bleach and caused this rainbow of colors in the crown of my head. And I was like, oh hell no, are you serious? And it had bled through the foil dyes and gotten pretty much all over the crown of my head, like in some parts over here. I was like, oh my god, what the heck, like, oh my god. So I took the foils out. It looked crazy. I couldn't fix it. I tried to put like a brown rinse on it. The rinse faded. I was like, no. Slapped a black rinse right on top of that, and I wore a black rinse for the remainder of college. I had black hair. Wasn't my natural hair color, but I wore it because it's what worked for me. So underneath I had this blonde hair. That was all of my rest of my junior year and the rest of my senior year. When I got to senior year, the fall of my senior year, I decided to go back to my natural hair color. I did, yeah. And so I tried to get rid of the color. Don't ask me, but I got developer, like volume developer, not the bleach, not the lightener part, just the liquid developer. And I mixed it with baking soda, because I read somewhere you can mix that with baking soda, and that can cause your hair to lighten. It won't lighten your natural hair color, but it'll get rid of any like dyes or like vegetable dyes or semi-permanents that you have on top of your hair. I used that, it worked, but it dried the sugar out of my hair, and my hair was back to being a light brown. Okay, the summer that after I had graduated college, so I wore light brown hair for a while, and then I was like, I'm over it. I went back to black, got black rinses for the remainder of the year. And then at some point in the end of the summer, I was like, oh, I want to go back to my natural hair color again. I got Color Oops. Color Oops is a chemical that helps, you can buy at CVS or whatever, and it basically removes any semi-permanent, any blues, greens, purples, yellows, or whatever that you have on top of your natural hair color. It doesn't remove permanent dyes, obviously. Like, it won't remove, well, permanent dyes meaning like, if you bleached your hair, it won't do anything to that. But if you dyed your hair brown or black or any type of like color deposit dye, it will remove that and leave you with whatever hair you have underneath. So I did that. It worked. My hair was brown. And then of course, a few weeks later, I went back to black. I had black hair again. By the fall of 2012, which was after I had graduated college, I had decided I didn't want the black again. I did the developer and the baking soda thing again to my hair, and it just totally obliterated my hair. The front crown of my hair was a hot mess. And I had gone to the Dominicans at some point and had them do my hair, and they did something to my hair too. It may have been the heat, it may have been, I don't know, but she put me under the deep conditioner and my hair started smelling funny, and I'm not even gonna talk about that because that was just a whole nother thing. But whatever, let's just get to the point. I just totally ruined my hair. And October 20th, 3 years ago today, is the day that I decided I'm not going to do this to my hair anymore. It was the last time I did any type of like damage to my hair, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do this to my hair anymore. I want my hair to be healthy. I want waist length hair. At that time I wanted like 18 inches of hair. I wanted waist length hair. I was like, I want that. I'm going to get it. I gotta get it. And I decided I'm not, at this point my hair was straight. Like my hair literally, when I washed it, was straight. It was straight. I mean, straight. If you go back to my first video on this channel, you will see how straight it was. It was so straight, okay? It didn't even have a curl pattern, nothing, okay? And I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this to my hair anymore. My hair is gone. There's no way I can even wear it in a curly state at all because it's damaged, okay? So I decided I'm gonna transition and I'm going to stop using bad products. I started watching YouTube videos, and that whole month I just taught myself about moisturizing and sealing and deep conditions and no sulfate shampoos and no silicones and trims and regular, you know, whatever, no color, everything. I pretty much told myself I'm going to be consistent, and for the next 3 years at least, I'm going to try to take care of my hair and get it back and healthier to a blunt fullness that I will be proud of, okay? So that was the day, and this is why I'm making this video, because it's been 3 years since that day I decided I'm gonna do only organic products, okay? Of course, into my journey, you've watched it through my videos, that when I went 7.5 months of just transitioning and trying to use healthy products. I used henna and indigo to get my hair black. Henna is a plant. It produces red dye, if you don't know, but you have to get the body quality art. You don't buy just any old henna because it could have like metallic salts in it that are really bad for your hair. So you have to make sure you get that shit from India, okay? Order that ish from India. So I decided I'm just not going to dye my hair black at all anymore. I'm just have my natural brown, light brown, medium brown, whatever the sun does to it naturally. And the sun during the summertime, I'm gonna do that, okay? So yes, I'm now 3 years into my healthy natural hair journey, okay? 3 years in, and I'm 2 years post big chop. 7.5 months in, I couldn't deal with how thick my hair was growing in. Like, it was the thickest I've ever seen it. I was like, oh my god. After using all these really, like, henna also thickens your hair strands to keep it from breaking. When the summer came, and I just had all these thick roots and these nasty stringy ass ends, I was like, I can't do it anymore. And I cut all my hair off, and this is what my hair looked like then. I was just like, yeah, you know, and I had short hair, and honestly at the time I did not like it. I was not like confident with my short hair because I've always had long hair. I never had my hair that short since, like, I don't think my hair was that short when I was like born, to be honest. But looking back on it, I'm like, shoot, that was a nice ass haircut. That was really cute on me. If I ever decide to cut my hair off, I'm gonna do that haircut. But at the time I didn't see the beauty in it just because I was just like, this is not something I really want to be doing. It's just doing something I have to do just to get to where I need to be. You know, it means to an end. So whatever. Now my hair, 2 years after my big chop, it's now 12.5 inches, about to be 13 inches in like 2 weeks. So my hair is grown, and this is like my journey. And I've really just taken the time to learn because I want long hair. Like a lot of females want long hair. They want long, healthy, thick hair, healthy hair. And that's what I want, and that's what I strive to get, and this is what I've gotten. You know, I do have a passion for hair care, helping my friends with their hair care, helping myself with my hair care. So yeah, this is where I am now, and I'm just really proud of my growth and my health and how thick it is. And yeah, you will see me for another 1.5 years before I get to my actual goal. But yeah, this is my hair journey, and this is what it is. And you know, I hope you continue to watch my channel and see where I go with it. And yeah, I hope you found this video interesting, and I hope you found my story interesting, and I will check you guys back in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.